Hey guys, I'm Eric and I'm currently a law graduate from Deakin University here in Melbourne, Australia. Today I'll be talking about my experience working with a legal tech startup during a global pandemic, which is very interesting to say the least. At the same time, I'll be giving you some advice if you are looking to pursue a pathway as a law student or a law graduate into the more startup and legal tech scene. So the startup that I currently volunteer with is Anika Legal, which is an amazing startup that provides virtual legal services to Victorian renters, while at the same time providing clinical placements for law students that normally find it difficult to get such experience during law school. So Anika Legal began as a concept 3 years ago by 6 university friends that participate in a global legal hackathon. And as you guys probably know, hackathons are huge events where different university students and professionals can team and ideate together to actually hack at problems with innovative solutions. And the 6 friends grew and grew and grew, and eventually I believe the startup now has 50 people or even more than that right now because we're hiring all the time. And what I really love about Anika is that they are leveraging 2 unmet needs. One is an access to justice problem, which we all know, and the other is legal education and actually being able to get practical legal education in particular. So my journey with Anika actually began in November 2019 when I first applied for a marketing officer role. And mind you, I have no background in marketing. I don't study marketing, but I did have a willingness to learn, and I think they saw that. 2 months later, they reached out to me in February 2020 and offered me an events officer role. And I was super excited because I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am such a social butterfly. I am such a people person. I love people. I love connecting and hearing people's stories. So the fact that they were throwing me an events role where I'd be able to actually facilitate and coordinate such events was really exciting for me. In February 2020, I was full of excitement, enthusiasm. I had just finished my last assessments for law school at that time, and I was planning a huge events calendar for that year where we would do some fundraising, do some pop-ups, and even internal team building events. And then the pandemic hit. The pandemic threw everything into uncertainty, especially in startups. Funding was impacted, business models were impacted, even people's lives and how they'd be able to cope with this change was huge. Being an events officer, I really felt lost for a time because every gathering, every meeting, every conferences, anything that I would have done that year was cancelled indefinitely. So the pandemic threw a lot of curveballs at myself and the startup, but it also presented great opportunities to capitalize on. Anika was amazing. Everyone worked as a team and actually mobilized because they realized that there would be a great need where people would actually need to have rent reduction services because of the economic downturn. People would lose their jobs, people would be stood down, and because of that, people's ability to feel safe in their homes would be at risk. The startup was amazing. I think the startup does what startups usually do, which is surprise people. Surprise people with the fact that they were able to scale up and produce a product so fast. We've already serviced, I think, 100 clients and more right now. And the opportunities that were presented to me was a very unlikely one. During the development of the new rent reduction services, as the startup was going into the launch of the new product, they asked if anyone had video production skills because they needed to produce a video to help with the product launch. No one in the startup knew how to edit any videos, but I had some experience editing some really crappy travel vlogs back in September. And I guess I was like, you know, some experience is better than no experience. So we're just going to fill up our waters before we head off. You excited?
Yes. Water filling is an exciting activity. It's an essential part of life.
It's so exciting, so fun to be in a room with. So I put my hand up and I was like, hey, this travel vlogger can kind of edit videos, or aspiring travel vlogger I should say. Maybe I can do it. And that's really how my role as a producer with a legal tech startup began. From a product demo video, I've gone on to produce some fundraising videos, some marketing videos, and company culture videos to actually spotlight the amazing culture and the values of the organization. So my 3 tips for someone who's looking to actually go into the legal tech startup scene is number 1, be willing to learn and grow and to take on new challenges. In a startup, you have to really be able to challenge yourself and push yourself, because each day is always different for a startup, whether that's because of a fundraising challenge, whether that's because you have a greater demand now and you need to scale your operations to actually cope with that demand, which Anika was doing and has done. So I would say be prepared to spend a couple of hours learning a new discipline or a new thing that you never thought you'd be doing, and really try and combine that with your legal background. Number 2, my second advice would be really think about the vision and values of the organization or startup and if they align with yours. We are going through a global pandemic. We are going through hard times. And during my time with Anika, when I had such great optimism and then they were crushed pretty much during lockdown, the one thing that really got me through all of this was my alignment with the visions and values of Anika. So being innovative, being courageous, being empathetic and compassionate, and the vision of really wanting a world where everyone can access justice, that was so strengthening for me. And that really gave me the resolve and resilience, I guess, to accept new challenges like editing more videos, you know, or to take on new roles. So I would definitely say that if you are looking to go into a legal tech startup scene, it's not going to be smooth sailing. There's going to be a lot of hard days and hard times, and that's when your alignment with the vision and values of that company or startup really matters. And number 3, be open for unexpected opportunities. Prior to filming this video, I actually did a mentoring session with an ethical erotica company. So very unexpected, very left field, but I learned so much about lighting and composition, and it really helped me with getting this set up. Like, I have a Bunnings work light, which is from like a hardware store behind me to get a better lighting setup. I just learned so much, and I never thought about these unexpected opportunities, but I would never have been a producer for a legal tech startup as I am now if I had been resistant and hesitant in accepting these different opportunities, from, you know, going to an events officer role to a month later going to more of a video production area. But I really enjoy what I do now, and this is something I would actually want to pursue down the track, more storytelling through multimedia, but still in the legal scene. So it just goes to show that if you do accept unexpected opportunities, you actually might find your kind of dream pathway that you didn't realize was a thing during law school. So that's my story, working with a legal tech startup during a global pandemic, and my kind of 3 tips if you're looking to go down that pathway during these times. Let me know what other content you guys kind of love, because this is very new for me, but I'm always learning, you're always learning, and we're on this journey together. So thanks for listening, guys. I'll catch you soon. Bye! Shoo!